Can Hannah be cute Brittany or bald Brittany? If she wants to
Lately, I've been dreaming of an Arya Montgomery October, living in a spooky town where strange and mysterious things keep happening, reading scary stories in cemeteries, watching black and white movies, and exploring artsy hobbies. Arya is my independent, creative, dark romantic, spooky season muse. I think Arya's style changed my life. Trying to style outfits like her reminded me of just how much about self-expression I learned from her. I was digging things out of my closet that I never wear and caring a lot less about how things looked.
Would you happen to have a Ben-Hur 1860s?
Oh, a first edition.
One of the things I love about this show is all the references to black and white movies and film noir and Hitchcock, which are my favorites for this time of year, so I had to cozy up with one of my favorite mysteries.
Including being insolent. Where did you find her?
I didn't find her.
Well, then how
I
did
haven't been here. You haven't seen me, and she hasn't been out of this house all evening.
That bad?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Mother, you're wonderful. That's the old boy, all right. That's Father.
Behold the walls of Jericho. Maybe not as thick as the ones that Joshua blew down with his trumpet, but a lot safer.
I was so excited when I found this at Goodwill. A murder mystery puzzle felt like the perfect way to spend a fall afternoon. These candy apples turned out delicious. I don't remember the last time I had one, but they are so good I'd completely forgotten, and I think these are going to become my new favorite fall snack. Puzzle is complete. This was honestly pretty easy to do. The time-consuming part was just sorting all the pieces out, but then they just become easy little book puzzles. Great puzzle, would recommend. I want to read all the books of this puzzle now. I've read some of them, like My Sister the Serial Killer, one of my favorite books, Rebecca, one of my favorite books, and then There Were None, one of my favorites. Where the Crawdad Sings was fine. There's definitely some on here that I really want to check out. I'm actually not sure I've read Murder on the Orient Express. Maltese Falcon I would love to read, great movie. Good Girls Guide to Murder, One of Us is Lying, those sound very tempting. Gone Girl, Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, Verity, Secret History, are those worth it? Let me know. Did I live up to the hype? Girl on the Train as well. Definitely some spooky ones on here I wouldn't watch as movies, but could handle as books. I've been listening to this podcast of late, I think of Rosewood, which I would absolutely recommend if you enjoy Pretty Little Liars or just analysis discussion of teen dramas. I just really enjoy the way that they discuss things. It feels like analysis that is very free of internet brain, and I think there is interesting conversation that happens on the internet, but there is a very specific way of thinking about things and looking at things, and I really enjoy that this podcast just makes me like exercise other ways of thinking, other parts of my brain that I maybe would use more in like school or a film studies class. They take it really seriously and are really critical of it, but are also having so much fun with it, and I really appreciate that as well, because I think that people don't talk enough on the internet about the things that they like. I think there's a lot on social media of letting you know why something's bad, why an album isn't actually that good, why an artist isn't actually that talented, why a movie actually wasn't very good, and I just really enjoy hearing two people who are really passionate about something and are really articulate about why they love it and why they think it's good. And I think it's just a great exercise even to take something that you maybe don't think is the greatest thing of all time and just analyze it as if it was. Like, what can you glean? What can you learn? They're still like very critical and thoughtful about what they're talking about. I don't know, I just think it's good for the mind to hear people get excited about things and talk about why they think they're good. So yeah, that's my recommendation.
Don't wait for me, honey. Don't wait. 'Cause I'm always heading your way. And I know exactly what I'm looking for. And as we go, I'll keep running till I can't no more. You'll always be the one I wanna make. You'll always steal my breath away.
I have on my screen accurate, biblically accurate Arya Montgomery dress. I actually spotted this at my mom's thrift shop and I immediately clocked it as an Arya exact because I have her wardrobe cataloged in my brain. I scoured the internet to try to find her matching sweater and gloves set that she wears with this dress because it's fantastic and I could not find a trace of it. My spidey senses tell me that it's a Betsy Johnson number, but it does not seem to exist anywhere. So maybe I'll try to make it. I don't think I have that kind of skill, but it's worth a try. Today the craft though is going to be pottery in honor of Arya's extension course that she takes at Hollis College in ceramics. I would love to be taking a ceramics extension course right now, honestly. That's a fall dream. Been really wanting to try out polymer clay. I see people making all kinds of cute miniatures, fridge magnets, tic-tac-toe boards, jar covers. Today we're doing earrings. I consider earrings to be a staple of an Arya wardrobe. The weirder the better. These won't be too weird. These will just be Pretty Little Liars inspired. All right, let's get started. So I saw these little Ace of Hearts cards on Pinterest and I thought they would make the perfect pair of earrings as a nod to the Queen of Hearts on the Halloween train, who I think is supposed to be Wilden, and just the overall A theme, and they felt very Arya to me. I used a pair of my own earrings as a gauge for the sizing. Since this is my first time working with polymer clay, it did take a little while to figure out how best to work it. I did find rolling it with the X-Acto knife pretty effective. And then I just kept trimming the edges and reshaping it until it looked like a normal miniature playing card shape. It is difficult to keep dust out of white clay, and I also learned that the clay kind of stains your hands, so I probably should have finished all my white pieces before moving on to the next color. I just eyeballed it for the hearts. This worked out really well the first time. This is like the best heart I've ever done. I was really pleased with how it turned out. The other one, not so good, kind of wonky, but I already knew I'd peaked with this first one. The A's and mini hearts ended up being a varying quality as well. Some were a bit bigger and wonkier than I expected, but I just kind of finagled it and used basic acrylic paints, which worked out pretty well. And then I wanted to make some magic 8 balls in honor of one of my favorite A gifts that the girls get. Just rolled little black balls and then much smaller little white balls and flattened the white balls out and stuck them on. I do love miniatures, but making them sometimes drives me crazy because they're so little. And it was hard to squish the hooks into these without squishing the balls themselves, but turned out alright. Painting on these 8s was a little bit harder than I expected. I think I'm going to have to work on my painting little number skills, but I'm excited to get better at these miniatures. And then I just had to pop them in the oven. I was afraid of over baking them, so I just checked them like every 5 minutes, and then when they felt right, took them out and let them cool off, and then slathered them with this polymer clay glaze so they would be nice and shiny, and attached them to their earring fixture. I decided to do dangly earrings for the 8 balls and hoop earrings for the cards. And I'm really pleased with how they turned out. I especially like the hoop ones. I definitely want to make more of these.